Hey, everybody. We are back again with the Good Sis Podcast. So I'm Manna, and I'm here with my good sis.
I'm Miss Chop, y'all.
And today we're starting our top 5 series, right? We're
Yep.
going to be breaking down our top 5s of different books. And really for now, it's books we read this year so far. And some of these books we actually read before this year. But since we're starting this series off new, we're going to start it off with our top 5 heroes. For me, I don't even know how I can top the heroes I've chosen. If somebody bring a better hero, I don't know what I'm going to do.
I don't know. We'll see about that.
So let me get my list pulled up. I got my list. Hold on a second.
Yeah, I had to write this down. And please, with my list, it could change tomorrow. This is how I'm feeling on today. Because if I
My
read
list ain't
something
going to
else,
change tomorrow.
well, my number one is probably never going to change. And I think you
Mm,
probably already know who my number one is, but my number one is
mm.
never going to change.
Okay. Okay, well, let's start at number 5.
Okay. And
We're
okay,
kind of,
from number 4, from 2 through 4, mine are in no particular order. So I'm going to throw that out there.
I won't say no particular order. Um, yeah, I would say from 2 through 4. That's fair. No particular order. But my number one spot is the number one spot.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Hold on, y'all. My camera shifted a little bit. Am I good?
You good, honey. Fabulous.
All right.
Fabulous. Still rocking that Gen Z-ish.
Thank you. And let me give a shout out to my amazing hair braider and my good sis, my baby sis, Kina.Monet on TikTok. I will link her below. I love Miss Kina Monet. She keeps my hair going. Y'all, the girl has some traction, and she still puts me together.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You're giving very much Miss Janet Jackson is right
She
now.
puts me together, and she's just such a kind spirit. She's an entrepreneur and a hardworking woman, y'all. And if you're in the Atlanta area and you need your due done, you better give her a call because she is the one. All right. So, top 5 heroes of all time. My number 5, I'm going to start out. He has 2 names,
Mm-mm.
both names, honey, by any other name. Anyway, top 5. Number 5 is Eric/Cain by Miss Stephanie Nicole Norris from her erotica series. Still, baby, she wrote such a, first of all, she wrote a kind, sentimental, sweet man who is also extremely, he has an extreme maleness about him. And she did that. And that's why he's in the number 5 spot. He'll stay in the top 5 spot for me as a book hero.
Okay.
Who's your number 5?
My number 5, like I said, in no particular order, I'm pooching over to my boo, Miss Beverly Jenkins. You know, one of my favorite books from Miss Beverly. I got 2
I
top hitters,
already know what you're going to
but
say.
one of my books from Miss Beverly Jenkins is from Indigo, and I'm talking about none other than Galen, the dragon, Vachon.
That wasn't even the one.
Yep.
Oh, but he is.
I forgot about him. I forgot about him when I was going through this because I know I had talked to you prior to, and we were discussing this a little bit, not really want to reveal what we had, but at
So
the
you ain't
same
going to reveal
time,
them to me.
well, I had changed it up.
Ooh,
I Uno flipped it and reversed it, so I ended up with Mr. Galen Vachon
I'm
from
about to
Indigo.
apologize. I'm about to apologize to all my good sis. They ain't had no breakfast, y'all. I just done start eating.
It is what it is. If they can't handle
Okay.
us by now, if you don't know me by now, you will never know me.
But no, me. That's right.
So
Okay.
that's my top 5. I had to pooch on over to Miss Beverly Jenkins.
Okay.
That's my number
My
5. Who
number
your number
4.
4?
My number 4 comes from, first of all, the woman who wrote this book. She's already baked. And I know she's already claimed. A lot of people, they want to claim her, but she's baked to so many. And that's Miss Alexandria House. My number 4 from Miss House is Shu Mitchell. Y'all, it has to be Shu Mitchell. She wrote, first of all, it is hard to write a romance hero who is not some wealthy billionaire. This man work a factory job. He work a full-time job, third shift. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But she wrote this man so real, so relatable, so beautiful that I'm sorry, he got to be in the top 5 spot. Like I just, it is what it is. Shoo Mitchell. It is what it is.
Okay. On my number 4, going back to the Beverly Jenkins world.
You just love.
I do. I love Miss Beverly Jenkins. I love her so much. So going back to Miss Beverly Jenkins world, Night Song. It would be, that's who you thought the first time.
That's who I thought you was talking about.
Sergeant Chase Jefferson, baby. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Chase Jefferson was a Buffalo soldier. He was a man's man. You know how I love those historical books. I love a good historical romance book. And Miss Beverly Jenkins, to me, is the queen of writing these historical romance books. And Sergeant Chase Jefferson was a man's man. How he held it down for Miss Carol Lee. So he had to be in my top 5. Right now, I don't think he's ever going to be out of my top 5. So my number 4 is Chase Jefferson.
All right. My number 3 is another everyday man. I don't know. Listen, I do love my billionaires and millionaires, but my number 3 is another everyday man. I have listened to this book so many times. I go back to it. My number 3 comes from Joan Vassar, Mr. Tracy Strong. Y'all, I can't tell you how I love that stuttering ponytail wearing fool.
You're so silly.
I love it. And the fact that he has how you let a man with a speech impediment have a block up like he did? Oh my God. Joan, like, how can you make us fall in love with this amazing man? He is so regular, but he is so extraordinary at the same time. And his love for this woman, his love for Africa also is what puts him above the rest in this book, because it's unwavering. It's no matter what happens.
No matter.
Right?
Yeah, you're right.
No matter what happens. I so love Tracy Strong. And I love how he processes his responsibilities to Africa and how he protects her at all costs. So number 3 is Tracy Strong, y'all.
Okay. My number 3, I'm going to go over here to Miss Edwina Ford. I'm going to go on over here to Miss Edwina, and I'm going to go to Mr. Willie Hard Hitta. Hitta's tea maker. He was an entire fool. He was an entire fool. But at the end of the day, he was a man's man, and he loved his woman down. So I got to go with Mr. Willie Hard Hitta over there in Miss Edwina's Fort world. And let me go ahead and throw this out here for Miss Edwina. I need this 3rd book from the preacher, Stealing the Preacher Daughter.
Edwina, where you at?
Where you at, girl? I know you got a whole family, you got a whole situation, but baby, we need this last book from you, sweetheart.
Come on.
Just get us off this cliff so we can keep it moving. Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, number 2.
Number 2.
Number 2 changed my life. He was instrumental in changing my life. The series that number 2 is in is life-changing. It'll make you think about you. You introduced me to this series. It is from Joan Vassar. Y'all know she is one of our faves. My number 2 man, who will remain in the top 5, is Mr. Elbert Freeman, the Negro with the lifeless eye.
Larger than life with the lifeless eyes.
Larger than life with the lifeless eyes. I don't even know where to begin. First of all, with the Black series, with Elbert, with Black, with James, with Simon, I don't even know where to begin. But Elbert I love that book. I love Miss Emma because she's unmarred. She was one of the few women that was unmarred by slavery when we first met her. And then she gets captured and he rescues himself, rescues her along with Black in the crew and everything. But also the way he vindicated her and bring me their heads, bought her the head, hand, toenail, foot, elbow of everybody who ever did her wrong, and said, here he go, you always know where he at.
You always know where he at, and you ain't got to worry about it because a man
you ain't
like
got to worry about this no more.
Yeah, I love it. My number 2, I don't want to be judged. My number 2, I'm going over here to love Belvin. My number 2, who is none other than Bishop Ezra Carmichael. And that's all I'm going to say. Pastor.
Yeah.
Ezra Carmichael.
That was the first time I have ever heard a book character speak in tongues.
Yes, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
So I'm not even going to elaborate on Ezra Carmichael. If you know,
Ezra
you know.
Carmichael is a good one.
If you know, you know. So before we get into our number 1, you got 1 or 2 honorable mentions? Look at
Let's go get these shoes. I start eating my orange. Sorry, y'all. This cold is cold. Anyway, honorable mentions. Obviously, every man on the fort. Every man on the fort Independence, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is a hero. So yeah. Oh, yes, I do. Ain't on my list, and I know he's on a lot of other people's lists, and he's deserving. And that's Big South. That's Alexandria House, Big South.
Yeah.
But you know, Shoo got it.
Lord,
I'm sorry. It's Shoo for me.
Well, I will. My honorable mention, because I just got finished reading him, and that would be no other than Mr. Judah Cross.
Oh yes.
Yeah, and the reason why he's not on my list because he new to the game. He new to my game. And so some of my stuff is unwavering. Some of my people are unwavering.
Yeah.
But I have to mention Judah Cross because he was the epitome of what a man is. So yeah, gotta have him. So who's your number 1?
My number 1.
And you shocked me because I thought your number 2 would be your number 1. But go ahead.
Boo. Now I love Elbert, but he ain't number 1.
Okay, go
ahead. My
ahead.
number 1 is Asmir A.D. Divine Jacobs from Love Belvin.
I should have known.
I am sorry. I'm sorry. I have never fell in love with a hero in a book like I did Divine, like I did Asmir Jacobs. I am sorry. I'm sorry. Love Belvin can make you fall in love for real. Yes, you be ready to fight. I'm ready to fight Don Taylor for real.
Okay, because we're not even going to get into Sadiq's book and I'm ready to fight with Tiffany.
Yes. Love Belvin is just so talented at making you fall in love. And it is the slow brew for me.
Yeah.
She brews a romance, honey. And that's the old folks say, when them neck bones come to a bowl.
When they come to a bowl, they good and tender. Because she takes her time. It's not rushed.
She takes her time. It's not rushed.
Calculated.
And by the time the characters have an issue, you are invested. You like, no, Raina, please don't run away. Like, it's just you.
I'm not even gonna talk about Raina. We ain't even discussing this book. Raina got on my nerves, but okay, we're gonna keep it moving.
Asmir Jacobs, A.D. Divine. He's a man of many names. He's a man of many businesses and many talents. He's the one.
Okay.
He's number 1.
I got you. My number 1 hero, and he ain't going nowhere.
What?
I'm going over here to the fort, and you already know.
Here they go. That's they one. That's they one.
None other than I love you, Nat, Mr. Black. Nat Hope Turner. I love you, Nat. She's like, if y'all listen, I know I'm what we call, I'm a geriatric millennial. That's what we are, geriatric millennials.
I believe okay.
So. But if you're looking for a geriatric millennial, if the Black series goes into a full-blown movie, I would love to audition for the part of Sunday. And I'm going to go ahead. Here go my monologue. I love you, Nat.
I love you.
Huh?
That's your audition tape.
This is my audition tape right here. I love you, Nat. Let me look into the camera. I love you, Nat. Just saying. Black. When I first read the Black series, when I first read that first book, it was like, okay, now this
Black is larger than life. Black is larger than life.
What you gonna do with Nat Hope Turner? What you gonna do with him?
You ain't gonna do nothing.
Nothing with him. That's why he is
My
number one.
favorite moment of Black is, and y'all, I'm sorry, we told y'all we'll get into these books. My favorite moment of Black is when they return home and James is broke. He done got beat down in that last book, and all the men, I think it's Abraham Lincoln's men are there at the fort waiting on them, and all the fort men draw their guns, and Black stand in the middle. That's like my favorite scene because it just shows how strong he is and unbothered and unwavering in his strength.
Yeah. What you gonna do with him? What you gonna do with him? He's my number one. I don't care. Two through 5, they make him flip flop and jump up and jump down. But Mr. Nat Hope Turner, I love you, Nat, gonna always be number one. So.
Oh Lord.
That's a good
one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. So y'all, those are our top 5 heroes. And listen, if you're a book blogger, if you just on social media and you want to tell us yours, tag us, hashtag Good Sis Podcast, Manna and Chop on TikTok. Y'all reach out. We want to hear your top 5. Sound off in the comments and let us know. We'll debate it out. But y'all can't have ADJ because I'm gonna tell you that right now.
And I know some of y'all think y'all share I love Jeanette Hope Turner with me, but you don't. You don't. Thank you.
Say that right now. I had to tell some of them girls that ended love last year. I don't know who you're here for. Okay? But you ain't here for mine.
I think everybody want to ask me, so they're a little bit scared of Elzra.
Yes, they don't want it with Pastor Carmichael.
No.
They don't want it, and they don't want it with Raji, quiet as it's kept.
No, you better leave Raji alone with his crazy stuff.
But yeah, y'all, I hope you enjoyed this video.
Yeah.
And we'll come back because we're gonna do another top 5.
Absolutely. We got to do the heroines. We can't leave our girls out. So
but the ladies.
Yes, ma'am.
See y'all in a bit.
All right. Bye.
Bye.